Ever feel like the way we picture angels, harps, halos, the whole bit is kind of missing something?
Yeah.
Like there's got to be more to it. Well, today's deep dive takes us into some truly fascinating territory.
Oh, yeah.
Exploring the Urantia book's take on these celestial beings. And trust me, it gets wild.
Let's just say it's not your average Sunday school lesson.
You got that right. For those new to the Urantia book, it's this incredibly detailed spiritual and philosophical text claiming to reveal truths from beyond our world.
Yeah.
We're talking cosmic revelations, folks. And today we're zeroing in on its unique perspective on angels, specifically what it calls seraphim.
In the Urantia book's cosmology, seraphim are considered the standard angel model, the archetype, if you will, found throughout the cosmos.
See, even the word archetype just screams fascinating to me. So we're talking about the blueprint, the OG angel here.
You could say that. They are described as being created by the Universe Mother Spirit in conjunction with the Creator Son.
Okay, hold up. Universe Mother, Creator Son. There's already so much to unpack there. It's like this incredible cosmic dance of creation with different forces at play.
It's important to note that while the text uses gendered language, angels are not bound by those earthly classifications. It's more about the energy, the creative forces at play in the universe.
It's like trying to explain quantum physics with kindergarten words, right?
Yeah.
Our language just doesn't quite capture the full scope of what's happening on that level.
Precisely.
So these seraphim, these standard bearers, what makes them tick? What can they actually do? Because the text doesn't skimp on the details.
The Urantia book describes them as incredibly advanced beings. They can understand human emotions, appreciate art forms, and even instantly count all the hairs on a person's head.
Okay, wait, what? Instant hair count. Talk about an upgrade. That's some next-level processing power right there. But it makes you think, right, if they can do that, what else are they capable of perceiving that we just can't even grasp?
It really challenges our human-centric view of the universe and hints at levels of consciousness we can barely imagine.
It's both humbling and exhilarating at the same time. But knowing all that, it's easy to jump to, okay, they see everything. Are they judging our every move?
Actually, the text emphasizes that seraphim are not here to judge.
Okay.
Despite their advanced knowledge, they are presented more as guides and helpers.
Phew, that's a relief. So no cosmic report cards then?
Not quite. The Urantia book leans into this idea of angels as benevolent forces, here to help us navigate our own journeys of spiritual growth.
Which is interesting because you'd think beings that can instantly count hairs on a head are way beyond needing growth. But there's something comforting in knowing even these incredible beings are still on their own journeys.
It speaks to the idea that evolution is woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. It's not just about physical beings, but consciousness itself.
Okay, so we've got these seraphim, these incredibly advanced, non-judgmental cosmic guides. But, of course, the Urantia book doesn't stop there. It throws us a curveball, actually, more like a whole curveball factory, by mentioning 6 other angelic orders. But get this, they're completely hidden from human perception.
It's one of the most tantalizing aspects of the text.
Right, it's like this cosmic cliffhanger. Why the secrecy? What are these other angels up to that we're not privy to?
There's speculation that these hidden orders might operate on cosmic levels far beyond human comprehension.
Right.
Or perhaps their work is so fundamental to the universe's very existence that our awareness of them would be irrelevant at best, disruptive at worst.
So we're like toddlers trying to understand advanced calculus. It's almost impossible to even conceive of what they're doing or why. It really fires up the imagination. But before we get lost in the what-ifs of those hidden angels, let's bring it back to the angelic beings the book does reveal. And up next, we have the cherubim and cherubim described as a kind of cosmic power couple.
And this power couple isn't your typical Romeo and Juliet. What makes cherubim and cherubim so fascinating is that they are described as inherently linked. 2 sides of the same coin, you could say, but with contrasting energy charges. One positive, one negative.
Okay, I'm already hooked. It's like this elegant cosmic dance with push and pull, positive and negative. It seems like everything in the universe, when you really break it down, has these opposing forces at play.
Exactly. And this duality isn't just some abstract concept. The text suggests this energetic contrast is essential to how cherubim and cherubim function. They need each other, complement each other to accomplish their tasks.
So no going solo for this duo. It's more like they're incomplete without the other. Like, what's a battery without a wire?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if we're looking at duality the wrong way, Not as opposites, but as complements, essential parts of a whole.
A fascinating insight. And it's interesting you bring up a battery because The Urantia book often uses analogies to make these complex concepts more relatable.
Right. Which brings us to what they actually do. What's their role in this grand cosmic play?
Well, think of them as the ultimate support system. They work directly with the seraphim, handling more routine tasks, ensuring the smooth operation of the angelic chain of command, so to speak.
So the seraphim are like the CEOs, and the cherubim and cenobim are the ones keeping things running smoothly behind the scenes. Every good leader needs a solid team. But knowing the Urantia book, I have a feeling they're not done throwing curveballs at us, are they?
You'd be right. And this next one is a real head-scratcher in the best way possible. The text introduces us to the midwayers. And these beings are where things get truly unique.
Okay, hit me with it. What makes the midwayers stand out from the angelic crowd?
Well, unlike seraphim or cherubim and cenobim, who are described as originating in the celestial realms, midwayers are unique to planets like ours. They have a connection to both the spiritual and material worlds.
So they're like the bridge between heaven and earth. That's fascinating. It reminds me of how we often try to categorize things as either or spiritual or material, when in reality it's all interconnected, right?
Precisely. And what's even more intriguing is that the origin story of the midwayers, specifically those connected to our planet, Urantia, is directly tied to a pivotal event in human history.
Now you've got me on the edge of my seat. I'm not going to spoil it for our listeners, but let's just say this deep dive might have you flipping back to earlier chapters in the Urantia book, specifically the ones about the very beginnings of humanity on Earth. It adds a whole new layer to the story. But for now, back to these fascinating midwayers.
Their very existence suggests a profound connection between humanity and the cosmos, a connection that goes far beyond what we might typically consider.
It's like we always talk about humanity's place in the universe, but what if the universe have a place within us? It's this beautiful reciprocity.
And it's not just about origins. The Urantia book suggests that even these celestial beings, these angels, are not static. They, too, are on a journey of growth and evolution.
Wait, hold on. Angels evolve. Like, they're not just these perfect, finished beings. Tell me more about this.
The text describes different paths of advancement for various angel types. For example, remember those cherubim and cenobim, the power couple? Well, some of them, known as ascension candidates, can actually achieve the full status of seraphim through dedication and experience.
So even angels have career goals. I love it. But it's more than that, right? It's like this universal truth is being revealed. Evolution, growth. It's not just a human thing. It's woven into the very fabric of existence.
Precisely. And that brings us to a thought-provoking question. If beings we consider to be angelic are still striving for greater understanding, greater connection, what does that mean for us?
What does that say about our own potential here on Earth? About the paths we choose and the choices we make, knowing that even angels are on their own journeys of self-discovery? It's both humbling and inspiring, isn't it? To think that even amidst the grandeur of the cosmos, this journey of growth and evolution connects us all.
It really speaks to the interconnectedness of everything, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like we're all part of this cosmic tapestry, each thread, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, contributing to the grand design.
And just like those threads, our individual journeys, though unique, are also intertwined.
Which makes you wonder about our place in it all, right? We've talked about seraphim, cherubim, and cenobim, midwayers, this incredible array of angelic beings. But what about us? What about the human soul and its journey?
It's a question that has captivated humanity for millennia. And the Urantia book, while offering glimpses into the afterlife, ultimately leaves that answer open, inviting us to ponder the possibilities.
There's something really beautiful about that, don't you think? It's like it's not trying to hand us a fixed dogma, but rather encouraging us to engage in our own exploration.
Precisely. The Urantia book presents a framework, a cosmology, but it's ultimately up to us to grapple with these profound questions and arrive at our own understanding.
So while we may not have all the answers, maybe that's part of the point. It's about embracing the mystery, the wonder of it all.
And the journey itself.
Exactly. Which seems like the perfect place to wrap up our deep dive into the Urantia book's perspective on angels. But remember, listener, the exploration doesn't end here.
In many ways, this is just the beginning.
So keep those imaginations firing, those questions coming. And until next time, happy diving.